Breaking news! A news story recently came out that generated a lot of buzz. A reinforcement for our team was confirmed. Besides that, we have other things to discuss about the Lions. So without beating around the bush, let's get right to it. Be sure to hit the like button if you've been a Lions fan for over 27 years. And don't forget to leave your comment at the end. I want to hear your opinion. So, Lions fans, we all know it's been a rough week with the news of Aiden Hutchinson's injury. After fracturing his tibia and fibula, our star edge rusher will be out for an extended period of time. With Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport sidelined, the Lions had to move quickly to add some depth to our defensive front. And now, we have an answer, or at least the beginning of one. According to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the Lions are planning to sign defensive end Isaiah Thomas from the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad. Now, let's talk about Thomas for a second. He's a promising young talent, drafted in the 7th round by the Cleveland Browns in the 2022 NFL Draft. The guy stands at 6 feet 5 inches and 265 pounds, exactly the kind of physical presence we like to see on the edge. During his rookie year, he got a taste of the NFL, playing in 10 games and racking up 1 sack and 9 tackles in 162 snaps. Sure, those numbers aren't impressive, but the Lions are looking for someone who can step in, contribute, and potentially grow into a bigger role. Thomas didn't stick with Cleveland and was waived in August before making the Bengals practice squad. Now, he's getting his chance with us in Detroit. And hey, don't sleep on his potential. At the 2022 NFL Combine, he posted a relative athletic rating of 9.16, showcasing his explosiveness and agility. Add to that his solid college production, 16.5 sacks and 25 tackles for loss in his final 2 seasons at Oklahoma, and it's clear the Lions see something in this kid that they believe they can develop. But let's be real, Lions fans. Bringing in Isaiah Thomas is just one part of the puzzle. Dan Campbell, in his usual no-nonsense style, has pretty much squashed any rumors of a big-name signing. When he spoke on 97.1 The Ticket on Tuesday morning, Campbell put it bluntly, "Honestly, I think if anything, you're looking for a role player, someone who can set an edge, who can transition to the rush." That's a pretty clear sign that we shouldn't expect a blockbuster move before the trade deadline. And look, he's right, elite edge rushers don't grow on trees. If they did, every team would have one. And with the trade deadline fast approaching, it's not like we're going to sell the farm for a single player. Instead, what we're looking for is a strategy to build depth and find those complementary pieces that can step in and support what we're already doing on defense. Campbell even said as much. "I think there might be some guys out there, man, that fit what we're doing defensively. They can play a role. They can help supplement what's going on internally with Mack and Reeder and those guys." That's exactly what Thomas is, a guy who can step in, hold the edge, and contribute as a rotational player while we figure out how to fill the huge void left by Hutchinson's injury. Because Thomas is coming off another team's practice squad, he has to be signed to our 53-man roster, and his salary for at least 3 weeks will be fully guaranteed. That means the Lions are giving him a real chance to show what he's got. Whether or not he sticks around long-term will depend on his performance, but for now, he has a golden opportunity to prove himself in Detroit. But don't expect this to be the final move. Campbell and Brad Holmes are clearly looking at all their options, and it's likely we'll see more additions to bolster our defensive end depth as the season progresses. Don't expect us to go out and grab a big-name replacement, though. It's all about finding players who fit into our scheme and can support the core we already have. So, Lions fans, what do you think? Is Isaiah Thomas the right addition? Or should we continue to look for someone with a bit more experience? And do you think our pass rush can hold up until Hutch returns? Alright, Lions fans, let's talk about Isaac Ukwu, a name you're going to want to remember. This undrafted rookie out of Ole Miss has been turning heads all preseason and continues to impress the coaching staff. Now, the Lions are a team that's all about opportunity, right? We've seen it time and time again, late-round guys, undrafted guys. They all have a real chance to prove themselves here. And Ukwu is the latest example of that. He came in as an underdog, starting at the bottom of the 90-man roster, but with hard work and dedication, he's now poised to become a key part of our defense. Head coach Dan Campbell has been vocal about what he's seen in Ukwu. During a recent press conference, Campbell had some praise for the rookie. He said, and I quote, "When he got here in the spring, he was dead last on the depth chart. It was, well, where can this guy play? He's not the biggest guy. But every time you give him an opportunity, he just shows up." Those are strong words. Lions fans, Campbell doesn't hand out praise unless it's earned. Ukwu's effort and improvement have clearly caught the attention of the coaching staff, and they're giving him a real chance to contribute. Ukwu got a taste of preseason action, and boy did he deliver. In just 3 games, he recorded 5 pressures, 3 sacks, and 2 hurries. That's the kind of production you want to see from a young guy trying to make his mark. It's not easy to stand out in these preseason matchups, but Ukwu has made it impossible to ignore. And now, he's earning more and more of the coaching staff's trust. Last Sunday against the Cowboys, Ukwu was elevated to play in the regular season, and let me tell you, he did not disappoint. He played 30 snaps and looked solid in every one of them. Sure, he didn't rack up a sack, but he was still everywhere. He recorded a pressure, a rush, and 2 tackles, including a strong run stop. It's clear he's adapting well to the speed of the NFL, and he's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with some of the league's best offensive linemen. Now, with Aiden Hutchinson likely to go on injured reserve this week, the Lions have an open roster spot on the 53-man roster, and at this point, it seems like a no-brainer that Ukwu is going to get that spot. He earned it, plain and simple. The guy has been putting in the work since day one, and now he's about to have a much bigger role on the team. It's exciting to see this kind of story unfold, a player starting at the bottom and working his way up, not just to the roster, but potentially to a key role on the defense. So, Lions fans, what do you think? Are you excited to see more of Isaac Ukwu on the field? Do you think he can step up and help fill the void with Hutchinson out? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As you may already know, our star defensive end Aiden Hutchinson underwent leg surgery on Sunday after suffering a devastating injury, fracturing his tibia and fibula. The Lions updated us that his surgery went well, and we're all hopeful for a full recovery, but the tough part, we don't know when he'll be back on the field. Naturally, the Lions fan base started buzzing, trying to figure out who could step up in Hutchinson's absence. And guess who they called? None other than 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year J.J. Watt. Yes, fans flooded social media with pleas, asking Watt to come out of retirement and fill the void. And here's the thing, Watt responded, "But I wouldn't get my hopes up." Watt tweeted back on Monday, saying, "Haha, once or twice," after being asked how many times he's been begged not to retire. He continued, "Lions fans, I see you, I hear you, and I appreciate you. I love your team, I love Detroit, and I love Hutch. I'm devastated for him. This morning, I made a cup of coffee and took a walk around the lake with my wife and son before breakfast. I'm really enjoying this season of life." So, as much as we'd love to see Watt donning Honolulu blue, it seems like he's pretty content with where he is in life right now. No surprise there, right? The man gave his all to the game and deserves his time off. Watt was one of the first to react to Hutchinson's injury, likely because he's been through similar challenges in his career. Injuries are tough, and Watt knows that all too well, having missed large chunks of multiple seasons during his time in the NFL. He even had a similar injury in 2017, so you know he has a lot of empathy for Hutchinson's situation. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Be sure to leave a comment, your opinion is very important to our fan community. Hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates on the Detroit Lions. We have a lot more news coming this season, and you won't want to miss a single second. Go Lions!